Oh. Right, that's Tempus has nothing more to say to the Ravenger.
Okay.
Good work, soldiers. Keep it up.
All right. They, well, their morale is okay. Situations being what they are, it could be worse. You all mount up on your crows, your intelligent and harried and nervous crows, and take to the skies, heading south for the wild wood.
They're probably happy to leave.
They are. Not Geráck's crow.
Of course not.
No. Not very enthused.
Yeah. Has Geráck had the same crow this whole time? Like,
Yes.
maybe we should interchange a bit. Like...
Nope.
None of the other crows want to.
That is correct.
I mean, Aurelia almost bothered to learn her crow's name at this point, so it's a bond that should not be disrupted.
Aranas did, but he can't pronounce it because it's in crow.
That's right. That crow dive bombed for Aurelia.
It's like, okay.
I'll call you Bob.
You can't not butcher a crow name.
And, I can't change my group because Mia's making friends. So,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was mid-afternoon by the time that you arrived in Newport. The crows are not able to fly that much further. Although they do get a nice distance, they do slow down, and you are perhaps a few hours more flight short of the wild wood whenever they settle down in the wide open countryside for the night. And of course is a vast stretch of desolate landscape. The fields, the villages are empty. The fields are not worked. The realm is cold. Not unbearably so, but it is certainly colder than what it typically is for this time of year. The ground even still crunches a bit, as if from ice.
Alright.
Alright. So did you guys come to a conclusion on what to do with the orb?
Yeah, I think we're going to use it to stop the menace at the Iron Sea.
yeah, as much
Like
as
to-
as much as I distrust the druids, ending that menace is kind of.
Yeah, like permanently shutting that down. Just, it might also have some. That's the hope, at least my hope, that it has some effect on the chaos beasts that we sort of metagame have a good idea is infecting the druids. Like if they draw their dark powers from the Iron Sea, removing that should shut down their faction pretty hard.
Yeah.
Maybe even like remove their glamours, which would just be amazing, right?
That is true, yeah.
So
That I hadn't considered, but would be cool.
We should ask though if it would be permanent or not.
Yes,
She probably doesn't know, but I mean, could also
mean-
list.
she expressed that it would be a fix, just a permanent fix to it.
Yeah. The question is also what we're going to do after that. Like, are we heading to Cape Wonder right away, or...
Elven Court, I would suggest. I again had. Oh, you didn't hear that, but I had a message in the. Basically, the drow we have had with us had a message that would only be delivered to me, that she was given before leaving the Queen's Wood. Given the circumstances of what we did, was what we did. Basically, someone like foretold what we were going to do. That was going to end up with her on that island
Alright.
at that time. And that person wants to speak to us because there are things in the Elven lands that are important to us.
She didn't say us.
Well, to me anyway. Because there's got to be a bit of a big decisions coming in the future, and we might want to have some influence there.
Alright.
Besides, there's also the matter of the intellect devourer. That's why we have Leon with us here. We kind of, wanted to go and deal with that.
How would Leon help in this matter?
Help in fighting and killing it.
Oh, okay. I thought he had a
believe.
way of identifying it or something.
No, the ability for the Lich Prince to track it was lost, presumably because the Intellect Assassin left Vohirm's body.
Yeah.
But, maybe us being there will make it make it do something stupid. I don't know.
I
We got
doubt
this.
it, but
We can recognize it by the magical sword that it has.
if he still has it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it.
We see
Anyway.
some random peasant with a sword going,
Yeah.
"Look! It's the
Why?
dragon peasant! Kill him!"
Well, a random peasant at the Queen's Court would be like...
I don't think they would be at the Queen's Court, honestly.
no, that's my point.
It's a mercurial place.
Would stand out quite a bit.
Yeah. Basically, the message said that well, rulership of the court has fallen to my squabbling siblings, basically, because the queen has fallen into lethargy, and it's not gonna do much. This lady called Belerinil, I believe, the Ghostfire Oracle, is writes she's a practical person, and that she would like to do something before the world is. You'd like the elves to do something before the world is either frozen, or the trees are all burned down by dragonfire. And I can certainly say, yeah, what would be. That's something.
Sounds rather
Something
reasonable.
happened there is something
Surprisingly
really gonna
enough.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Belerinil, the Ghostfire Oracle and Lash of Beauty, matriarch of House Davar.
He's allegedly one of the oldest elves alive, which is a big deal because we can live a very, very long time.
She is definitely one of the Silverfolk as well, a dark elf.
We don't know where the white is located, right?
Presumably
Necropolis,
Yeah.
be the guess.
Yeah.
It hasn't taken to wings and flown around attacking things yet, so.
Yeah. Yeah, because we need to gather like allies in order for the gold and the others to do the like final strike, I guess. If we're going with this plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because the
guess
gold
we
probably
should
can't
do
do it by himself.
Leon would call out,
Maybe.
"If you were to deliver that orb to Pertinax fellow to weaken the necropolis, I'm sure the white would be sufficiently weakened that, well, even you all could fight it."
Yes, that might be true. Regardless, I suppose we keep watch tonight. I don't feel entirely safe this close to the woods, where we know that like there are Draco druids and dragon folk around.
Yeah. Of course.
We have a lot of people though, so we should be able to keep a nice watch list.
You do have quite a number of people. As
Maybe we can do
such,
pairs.
let's see here. 1 sheep, 2 Goger, 3 Gryph, 4 dark, 5 Manaki. Sheep, in this instance, while awake, will be the first to hear the sounds of rabid barking.
I mean,
Into the
we're in
night.
the woods.
You're
so-
not in the woods.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
not.
You're in the open countryside.
flat field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably disconcerting. We have been attacked by wolves before, although that wasn't really a big deal. I mean, how much of rabbit barking is it? Like, an army of wolves?
Define army.
I mean, more than 3 dozen?
Yes.
Alright, then it would be time for Aurelia to wake up the others and say there's a lot of barking going on, and I don't know much about nature, but that doesn't sound normal.
The crows have fucking panicked and have already flown up into the air. Like they
And the
haven't
crows
like
agree.
they haven't left you, but they're in the air right now above you.
Yeah,
I can see that. It's like, we all need to wake up. Crows agree. We need to get up.
Yeah, the crows have got nothing to fucking do with this shit.
That's totally fine.
Barking, huh? Let's arm ourselves, everyone.
Yep, indeed.
Okay. And the dim light perhaps provided only by your campfire, then. You will arm yourselves and stand stalwartly. peering into the darkness.
How far do they seem to be away from us? Like, we could maybe light some torches and set up a perimeter.
Oh, now you want to set up the perimeter.
Well, Geráck needs all the time to put in his armor, so the others would have to do that. But
About, we'll say 100 meters.
That's very close.
yeah.
Yeah.
It could still... Aurelia is quite fast.
Yeah,
Maybe
put on
light
your
some-
armor.
I'm trying as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Like, faster, faster.
Geráck Zold is ready, lifting the mammoth great axe.
Ah!
Meat's back on the table, boys!
As after everyone's eating their steaks, everyone's confused.
Still one dwarf left in the bitter meadow caverns.
Still draws breath. we still have some leftover
Where does he
shark.
get this stuff?
Shut up!
Toss me.
You know what I didn't say about the shark until now? It's trash. Who eats shark? Literally. No one. That's why they're predators. No one eats them. That's how that works. No one eats me and I'm a... No one's eaten me yet. No one's proven me wrong.
That's why we didn't walk through the streets of Newport.
That's right. Wait, what? What did that mean? What does he mean
You
by
weren't
that?
there.
Glad we can add some levity to the moment. Yes, similar to what has transpired before in your walking trip with Taraftas, the party is assaulted by desperate animals who are frantically searching for any source of food out here. And your party, active as you are, had just so happened to be a target, despite not really leaving much of a trail or impact. This, however, is not a situation which will consume any of your resources. These creatures, as rabid and desperate as they may be, are also not really effective combatants. While they could easily overwhelm a group of adventurer tier characters with how numerous they are, I mean, even if they're souped up goblins, if I gave them those stats, they still aren't that much in their current state. I know your party worked to knock dogs unconscious the last time around.
I honestly don't see that that's necessary at this point.
I mean, they're gonna attack people.
Yeah, and the fact is that the High Druid likes for things to be natural. And when a predator attacks you, you can kill it.
Yeah,
just
she's not gonna be mad.
don't prevent the predators from being in the area. Just defend yourself as is natural.
Yeah.
The creatures are slain. Then it is heated and intense, also brief. The creatures, as desperate they are, do fight to the very last. Not a single one of them does run away. Is so driven. Examining their bodies, a few of them do have old wounds and are matted with blood, and some of them are frothing around their mouths.
Yeah.
Great, rabid.
But with Aurelia and Geráck and Geráck and Tempus and Jasmine and Mirv and Aranas and Leon and Aurelia and Thrastra, these fucking things got nothing.
And moral support by the crows.
You can dive bomb on.
No, they don't fucking come down to the ground at
Yeah,
all until
that's
they are
good.
sure that every single one of them is dead.
That is good. Yeah. Well, we're a pretty well set up team, everything considered.
Yep.
Point.
And with how loud they were being, and the fact you folks are keeping watch, there's no need to make a check. Aurelia easily heard them. Crows easily heard them and were squawking enough to wake up anyone, even if, Aurelia didn't. Able to handle them. And so then your entire campsite is just littered with bodies of dead dogs.
Should walk a little distance and then set up a new one.
Yeah, move the camp a bit.
Let's not sleep in all the dogs. Anything that comes now to eat, that's not like a big bad druid, will eat dog, I think. So.
Yeah. All right. The party is able to move camp without too much trouble. It is, of course, dark out, and the sky above you is covered with a thick layer of clouds, so there's not much light coming from above. But again, it's not really that much of an issue or threat to you guys that necessitates rolling skilled checks. It's just an event. As you relocate camp further away from all of the blood and gore, and try to settle down again for the night.
Yep.
You are not attacked again. However, the individual who is currently keeping watch after Aurelia, which we'll say is a Jasmine, will easily note the heavy downpour that begins. Aranas, during your watch, you feel and both hear a hum emanating from your backpack.
Well, I suppose he will check up that the orb is still,
It is there, and it appears, at least with the light show, to be active.
active.
Yes. Even putting your hand next to it generates a bit of static electricity, like you rubbed your feet on the carpet and then put your hands on a doorknob.
Well, this is probably like item self-defense.
Let's put it on standby.
He's contemplating, like, touching it, though.
The truth says, touch it.
Fuck you, Truth! You just want to take control of me.
Use it. You freed the orb. It's yours, by the very extension of that. Why can't you be the one who saves things? Aranas Vaelduth, Warden of the Crystal Lake, sole prince of the elves. Why can't you be the one who uses the orb and saves the seawall?
Yeah. That is exactly what... it's a nice thing sometimes to have your own bad thoughts echoed in your mind by something you know isn't going to act in a good way.
A bolt of lightning crashes fairly close at the camp, perhaps 30-40 meters away.
That'll wake everyone up.
Crows are fucking startled as shit again.
Aranas begins to think, though, that he might have to, like, mess with this thing to turn it off somehow.
Yes, if that is a resounding boom, however, that definitely would waken everyone.
Yeah. What does
Does he
his...
gets up and reaches for a weapon?
Yeah, I doubt the remainder of my items have any opinion on it.
Other than the emotions they radiate with you, courtesy of their quirks, your newly acquired ring thinks that you should deliver it to the Queen's Wood.
Of course it does. And I could very easily at this point. Well, I suppose as everyone is woken up,
We see you
sit
carrying
there
a
with
light
it.
show.
Yes, the campfire, of course, is put out. A torrential downpour has started, leaving you folks in the dark.
So, I suppose if everyone's there and like awake, I guess it's an assumption that they would be awake at this point. But as long as I'm not the person on watch getting zapped in my head by lightning orb because I touch it.
Yep, Jasmine was the one on watch. You weren't even the one on watch.
Okay,
Mhm.
sure. Well, I suppose I will try to touch it then.
Touching it does generate that effect as described. Putting your hand on it does result in an uncomfortable, unpleasant feeling. Your character is not stopped, though. You can put a hand on it. The pulsating light does not stop. It is emanating an eerie mash of silver and cyan.
Well, I know magic at a certain fairly, fairly high level at this point. So I suppose I'll. Man, I really don't want to blow up, but I suppose we kind of need. Yeah, he wants to know what's going on, so he will ask the orb. What is going on? Is someone using it remotely?
The orb communicates. It seems in it would be almost a. It's a clean font that seems to be written in the air, in front of your eyes, as if it just like etches into the very fabric of reality itself. It's a silvery font. It consists of uppercase letters, and then the lowercase letters would normally be are also uppercase letters. They're just smaller, so it's entirely like in caps lock, effectively. And it says, "I am Ruza. I am not controlled. I assist when requested."
It is an interesting experience to converse with you, Rusa. May I ask if anyone has requested for this storm to appear?
No.
All right, then. May I request an end to it?
No. I was created to promote order and stability. For ages, I have endeavored to try and help this empire as best as I can. I see now where we are going. I see what is to attempt to become of me. Ruza cannot fathom, after all of these ages, that its fate is to be crushed in the service of nature. I control nature for the good of the Empire. Do you really think that I would allow myself to help any druid?
Could you, with the power you have, end the threat to the Empire from the Iron Sea?
It is possible, though that madness was created before my time. But such an endeavor is one I would enjoy, a worthy use of protecting the Empire.
That is what we seek to accomplish.
You seek nothing of the sort.
I'm not sure I understand.
You do not.
Very well, then. I suppose there's not much reason to attempt to sleep any longer. No, I shall sit up.
The orb writes 3 more words. Good luck flying.
Yeah. Not much luck in flying, I don't think.
And then the silvery text vanishes, and the lights do dim from it. But the orb is active, and the downpour continues.
Sure. I suppose Aranas will look at the others as they're laying down and says,
Jasmine's okay. Jasmine's now coming over to you because what the hell?
The orb is displeased with our actions. For obvious reasons. Though I do not think we are able to understand one another. I am not a great... I am not a wizard. I am a cleric of the Queen's Wood. I do not think I could bind my chakra to it even if I tried to. I would suggest that we move into the Queenswood. Perhaps the residual power of the druids there would weaken this storm somewhat.
Queenswood?
You mean the Wildwood?
Wildwood, yeah. We are not too far away, and even though we have not slept fully, we can travel.
If the artifact is awake now, perhaps it would agree to actively try to help us in opposing the white, rather than us trying to do what we need to by crushing it. Wouldn't that make it more effective if the thing actually wanted the ritual to succeed?
Yes, I do not know. We might speak to the High Druid about it, certainly.
Surely the High Druid is going to suggest that we contact the Archmage and work in cooperation on...
Yeah,
That
if we
looks
win there
tired
with
in the wind.
if we win there with the orb, we're not gonna leave. We're not gonna be leaving with it.
Well,
But
we stand here in the rain and the thunder, looking towards the wood.
No more lightning has fallen yet.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
It was only that singular lightning bolt that fell.
Very
It
close
seems
by.
it only has limited power at the moment, though. I was afraid someone else was using it remotely.
Aurelia says, I do recall the heavy snowing that happened and storming whenever we made our raid on the domain of Prince Zarza.
Yeah. And I do know it was active there without anyone directly touching it. Like a Palantir thing. We don't know who might be looking.
don't know who else.
It also might currently be giving out a strong signal for anyone who might want to find it. I would suggest we simply move on.
I have to be quite honest, I do not care who in the end gets the orb as long as it is used effectively against the White, the Free, and the Lich King. If we had the cooperation of the artifact in the hands of someone who thinks himself capable of using it, that would perhaps be the best case. Right now it is working against us, and it will continue to do so because we are considering having it destroyed. I do not understand much of magic, but a ritual that works against the artifact seems less likely to succeed than one that works with the artifact.
I understand quite a lot of magic, and I believe that it is two different ways of handling it. Either you would channel the power of the artifact itself, or you would unweave it and use that power, which would be the power that it used to create it, far greater than what it can exert itself to do something larger, which is what I assume we would try.
Something larger that might also potentially fail.
Another lightning bolt does strike about 15 meters away from the camp, briefly illuminating you all since there is no light.
This is as unnatural as the winter. We should move on now.
Tempus will look at the lightning bolt. What if we get closer, those lightning strikes happen more often, and decide to happen on us?
Then we're stuck here until someone else comes and claims it. I really don't see the big issue.
If we leave?
He frowns heavily. Says, I would not agree with such an action.
Why?
Says, because it goes against what I believe in. Breaking our promise to an ally.
One that wants to destroy an artifact that talked to you.
Says,
Leon calls over. If you give it to me, I've had
No.
familiarity with using it. I can attempt to dampen it.
No.
Maybe not, Leon.
Just a thought.
I'm gonna imagine out of character that he done something with it.
Yeah, he used it to shield us from the rain once.
I still think that the orb being awake, conscious, and very much aware of our plans is going to change things.
I would note out of character that the artifact was awake whenever you guys took it.
Yeah,
But,
like
but
this
never
is
quite so actively and sentient.
That is correct.
right.
Yeah.
This